What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another 90-day fiancé video, and this one itself in particular is all about Yara. But before we get into it, let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel, that is a member of Patreon, and that is a subscriber as we continue to grow. Now, when it comes to Yara and Jovi, we know that in the most recent season of Happily Ever After, Yara has shown us many signs that tells us that she's looking to potentially leave Jovi, or at least that she prefers to have that single lifestyle mentality, due to the fact that, well, one, she never wants to spend any one-to-one time with him. You know, throughout the season, we saw her favoring to want to spend time with her friends over Jovi. We've even seen her obviously go all the way to Prague and then start to look for apartments without even talking to Jovi about it. And then also on top of that, now also talking about staying in Prague while Jovi goes back to the US to work. But again, without actually necessarily having that refresher conversation with Jovi. And the reason why I say refresh is because we know, or at least we should know, that when they first got together, you know, something Yara did obviously mention at the time was that she would be looking to go back home to see her family from time to time. So really and truly, Jovi knew exactly what he was getting into. But here's the thing though, when it comes to Yara, her communication levels are absolutely atrocious. And also at the same time, the other reason why people are also under the influence that she prefers the more single lifestyle, well, because you see, she was always complaining about Jovi's mom, Gwen, not really being there to look after or help look after Mila, which was very odd. And also at the same time, she's always leaving Jovi at home with their daughter while she goes out with her friends, rather than staying at home and just being them two and their baby. But also at the same time, her obviously going to Prague now and then saying that, you know, if she was in Prague, her mum would be able to step up and help look after her child more, which is very bizarre because Jovi already does it. Gwen does it anyway. And for her to say that her mum obviously is someone who she can rely on, as if she can't rely on Gwen, was also quite outrageous. So therefore, we've been under this massive influence that, with the chain of events that we've seen so far, Yara is in that position where she looks as if she preferred to just be single, or at least have the freedom of someone that is single. And because of that, of course, she's been called out multiple times of saying that, hey, it looks like you don't want to be with Jovi no more. It looks like you want to leave Jovi. And therefore, she's now come out with a response on her actual Instagram page itself in particular. So let's have a look.
Guys, I didn't watch this episode and the last one yet. I will maybe watch today. I just didn't have time. But did I ever say that I want to leave Jovi? Because I think I never say that. I do not want to leave Jovi because he's my husband and I love him and we have a baby and he is my man. And why would I want to leave him? If I say I want to stay in Europe when he goes to work for a month, then go back for a month to USA, it doesn't mean that I want to leave him and forget about him and found somebody different or something. So yeah, no guys, I'm not planning to leave Jovi. Jovi is the best husband and for me, and yeah, I mean, no, not leaving nobody.
I mean, listen, I know it's a TV show, and I know obviously it's a TV show that is probably highly produced and scripted, but we've seen her in situations where she's been with her girlfriends and they have told her to leave him and that she can do better than him because her friends don't think that he's even that attractive and she could do so much better because she is this person. And also at the same time, there was also another scene when Jovi was even there and the friends even pretty much said it again, just pretty much to his face. And I never saw Yara come out with these comments. I don't know why she didn't say to her friends, but I don't want to leave Jovi. Jovi is a great husband. Why didn't she say it to her friends? And also on top of that, when Jovi was there, why didn't she also say that too, to, you know, give him some reassurance? And this is the problem. That is something that she didn't do, obviously, on the episodes. And again, this may come down to her communication skills, but that's not really an excuse. At the end of the day, if you decide to marry someone, you want to be with someone, it's because you know you're able to communicate with them. There's no point in marrying someone that you can't communicate with. So at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, the way I look at it at this moment in time is that despite what she says here, it is not parallel to what she says on the show. Which therefore does bring me to, well, this interesting assumption. Now, the clip itself in particular, I did come across on Reddit, and I did read some of the comments, and somebody said, well, we know the show is scripted, and who's to say that TLC isn't trying to do Yara and Jovi dirty? What do you mean? Well, here's the thing. Do them dirty in terms of the fact that maybe in real life, they actually do have a very stable, healthy relationship, but when they're on the show, TLC push them in the direction of where they want us to believe that their relationship isn't as stable as what it seems. And that's why we see them in these storylines where it's pretty much somewhat outrageous. But here's the thing though. Can you be that desperate for money? Can you be that desperate for fame that you're going to go on a TV show and allow your relationship to be portrayed as if your wife is being unfair to you? Or even for Yara to portray herself as someone who's being unfair to him? And that's where really and truly it doesn't really make much sense per se, because if their relationship is strong and they do love each other, well then they wouldn't return on a TV show that makes them pretty much alter how they live, so therefore they look as if they're not happy. Unless, of course, again, they're desperate for money. But either way, though, that still isn't a good thing. So really and truly, for me personally, I don't think it's a matter of where it's different off air. I think that these issues are issues they probably have off air. And that's why they're more than happy to show them on screen. But again, I could easily be wrong. I'm just trying to fathom, why would I want to go on a TV show so my wife can look like as if she's trying to leave me? That wouldn't make no sense to me to the slightest, to be honest with you. So there is that concept itself in particular. But hey, we live in a world where people do some desperate things for just to get some clout or attention or whatnot. So you never know, right? But either way, though, let me know exactly what you're thinking, ladies and gentlemen, and we can most certainly talk about it. Now, there was another point as well, which annoyingly has gone over my head that I was also going to make. Oh, that's it. The other point is there anything wrong with Yara traveling to Europe whenever Jovi goes away to work for a month? I mean, listen, if she's not going to see her husband for a month, I guess to be honest with you, there's nothing wrong with her going back to Europe for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, maybe even for the 4 weeks. But I think 2 to 3 weeks would probably be better, to be honest with you. Don't know why, I just feel like that'd be better anyway. I guess there'll be nothing wrong with that. But of course, there is the fear of each time she goes back, she may never want to come back. And I can understand that being a fear of Jovi. And I can also understand that being a fear of Gwen as well, Jovi's mother. But at the same time, though, this is something Yara said that she did want to do anyway. And Yara's mother does deserve to get to know her own granddaughter. It'd be a shame that if she's unable to have a relationship with her own granddaughter because, well, Yara doesn't come home enough. But also at the same time, Yara's mom has the option to come to the US. So maybe it's a situation where sometimes Yara can go back and sometimes Yara's mom can come to the US. I don't know. I'm not too sure if she's allowed to, of course. Maybe there's that stipulation. But at the end of the day, I just think that if you are in a healthy relationship, you wouldn't have flaws such as not telling your husband that you're looking to buy a property. You wouldn't have flaws such as not telling your husband that you're looking to stay in Prague whilst he goes back. And also, if you're in a healthy relationship, well, then none of these things would even be a flaw because there'll be a conversation of, hey, you're going away for a month. I'm just going to go jump on a plane and spend time with my mum, and you'll take Mila with me so mum can obviously spend time with her granddaughter. And that could easily be done for a space of 2 to 3 weeks, like I said before, even 4 weeks. And in a healthy relationship, with a healthy partner, with a great husband, she says, I see no reason why that would be so hard to agree on. I'm not saying it should be every time he leaves for a month, but every other time? I mean, at least if you can afford it anyway. Either way, though, ladies and gentlemen, you let me know exactly what you're thinking down below in the comment section, and we will most likely talk about it. But with that being said, though, don't forget to like, subscribe, and peace.